Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to Alexis Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. Today's class, we're doing a Vinyasa flow, but we are doing a flow that we have not done before. It's going to be a creative and twisty flow, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Hit that like and subscribe button down below. Roll out your mat, and we'll hop into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. So we are going to begin class today in a Savasana, laying flat on our backs on the floor. And we'll take a little bit of time here to find our breath and to feel where our body is and how it is feeling today. Once you have found your spot, go ahead and close your eyes. We'll take a large breath in through the nose and fully let that breath go again. With our next in breath, we'll circle the arms up overhead to reach behind the body as we point the toes out in front, full body stretch. Long from the fingers to the toes as we take up some space. Now we'll slide the arms down slightly so our elbows are in line with our shoulders for our cactus pose. We're still spreading the fingertips out wide and pointing them behind the body. But now we're pressing the elbows down towards the floor. Continuing with those big breaths. So with our inhale, we're deepening the stretch a little further across the front of the chest, across the clavicles. Now we'll slide the bottoms of the feet in towards the body to plant them down. Now, if you have gained a little space in your low back that is not touching the floor, we'll lift the hips, tuck them forward, and set them down again so we're planted to the mat. And we'll heel toe the feet out wider towards the outer edges. And find a windshield wipering back and forth. Dropping both knees in the same direction, moving through center, dropping them both down in the opposite direction. Taking the knees back up to the ceiling, we'll heel toe the feet in line with the hips. And we'll pick the left leg up and point it towards the ceiling, circling the ankle out one way and around to the other. Now we can reach our arms up to the ceiling as well. We can wrap the arms around that left leg to hold it, or pull it in closer towards the chest. Or we can drop the hands down alongside our hips. Good. We'll move to a figure 4, draping our left leg across our right knee. Point the left toes up to the ceiling, and we'll hug all of that into the chest. We could take the arms through and wrap them around our right leg, gently pulling the legs into the chest with the arms. And our right leg, we can have the leg bent, or we can have the leg straight, depending on how you're feeling. Now we're going to move our hands from our right leg to our left, grabbing the knee and the bottom of the foot, and we'll let the right leg drop away as we hold that left leg to the chest for a laying pigeon pose. Continuing to hug that leg in, we can find a little rocking side to side. Then we'll let go of the bottom of our left foot and set the foot down to plant in front of our left hip as we lift our right leg up to the ceiling. Circle it around. Figure 4 on this side, draping the right leg across the left, hugging the legs to the chest, and we can use our hands to pull them in a little closer. Again, we have that option to extend the left leg towards straight if we'd like, or we can keep the bend. We're going to move our hands from our left leg to our right, holding the knee and the bottom of the foot to our laying pigeon pose as we hug the right leg into the chest. We may want to find a little rocking side to side with the hip. And we'll let go of the bottom of our right foot and set it down, slide the left in, and then we'll hug both knees to the chest, wrapping the arms around the legs to hug them in nice and tight. We can keep the back of the head down on the mat, or we can lift chin to chest and the back of the head off of the mat. Maybe finding a little rocking side to side or forward and back. And we'll move to our standing pose from here. So we can drop all the way over to one side, or we can rock and roll forward to get us there. Moving to our Tadasana, we'll bring ankles under knees, under hips. We'll pick up the shoulders and roll them back a few times. Stacking the head over the neck, over the shoulders, over the spine. Closing the eyes and taking a few deep breaths. With our next inhale, we'll circle arms up overhead, reaching tall to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll swan dive the chest forward for our forward fold. Inhale, a halfway lift, flattening out the back. Exhale to fold, and we'll pause here, maybe wiggling out the hips or the upper body, maybe nodding the head yes, or shaking the head no. Finding a way to move and wiggle here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll reverse swan dive the arms as we move our weight into our right foot and pick up our left, reaching the heel up, reaching the knee up tall to the ceiling. Now we're going to extend our left leg out in front. Add that bend back in. Pivot the chest forward as we reach our left heel back behind for our warrior 3. And pause here. Now driving forward with that left knee, again we'll lift it up towards the ceiling. And then kick forward. Bend again and set it down. With our inhale, reach tall to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive the arms as we move our weight into our left and pick up our right knee. We'll give that kick forward with the right. Bend the knee again. Now shifting the chest forward as we reach the right heel back behind. Warrior 3. Driving forward with the knee up to the ceiling. Another kick forward. Bending again. And we'll set it down, wiggling out as we make our way to the top of our mat. Inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll plant the hands down, step, hop, or float the feet back to our plank, spreading the fingertips out nice and wide. We'll shift our heels over to our left to lift up the right side plank. Exhale through our center plank. Press through the right. Heels go the other direction. Inhale, left reaches tall. Exhale, center plank. Shift forward, chaturanga to our up dog or a cobra. And then back to our down dog. Pedal it out here. Wiggle around. We'll extend our left leg back behind the body, putting a bend to the knee, and we'll drop the knee down from the hip so it's not all the way up to our hands. We'll lift the right leg up, point the toes back behind. Shift forward. As we soften the chest down towards the floor, our right leg lifts up. Pressing back up, we'll drop our right toes to the floor, pressing the hips up and back to a down dog, but our left leg is going to figure 4, crossing over our right. Now we'll shift forward, dropping the inside of our right foot to the mat, so we're on our left hand. As we dip the hips back towards our heels, shift forward, and we'll set the hips down on the floor. Circle the right hand around and plant it behind the body. Now we'll press into the hands and into our right leg as we lift the hips up to the ceiling, bridge pose. Exhale, drop the hips back down to the floor. And we'll drop our left foot out to our side. Reach the right hand up and we'll bring it to the knee.
looking over our shoulder to our left hand. We'll untwist and circle our right hand all the way around towards the top of our mat, pressing into the right and into both feet for a variation to our side plank. And then we'll extend our left leg long, side plank. Exhale, circle the chest around. And we'll press the hips up and back, down dog. Wiggle out some more. We'll pick up our right leg. Press it up and back behind. Bend at the knee, drop it halfway to the hands. Lift both sets of toes as we shift forward for our tricep push-up. Back up. Tuck the left toes under. Figure 4 down dog. And we'll drop the inside of that left foot down as we move back to our feet. Shift forward again and drop the hips to the floor. Circle our left hand around bridge pose. Lift the hips tall. Exhale, we'll lower the hips. And we'll drop our right foot down to our side. Lift the left hand. Bring it to the knee. Gentle twist. Look over to our right hand. We'll untwist and our left hand will come up and around behind the body. We'll press down through both feet and our left hand, variation to our side plank. And then maybe we'll walk or step that other foot back to our side plank. Exhale, bring the chest around to the floor again. We'll shift forward, chaturanga to an up dog or a cobra. And to our down dog. Wiggle it out some more. We'll do that flow one more time on each side. Picking up our left. Press it up and back behind and set it down halfway to the hands. Tricep push-up. Lifting up. Figure 4 down dog. Inside of the foot presses to the floor as we shift back. And back towards the hands. Drop the hip. Circle around. Lift the hips. Set them down. Our left foot drops to the floor. Right hand comes around. Look over the left shoulder. Untwist. We'll circle that right hand all the way around behind the body. Variation to our side plank. And press it back to our plank. Circle chest to the floor. Up and back, down dog. We'll pick up our right leg. Bring it halfway to the hands. Drop it down, tricep press. To our figure 4 down dog. Shifting forward, drop the inside of our foot. Press it back to the heel. Come around and drop the hips down. Circle the left around. Lift hips towards the ceiling. And we'll lower them down. We'll drop the right foot to the floor as we bring the left around. Look over the right shoulder. Gentle twist. Untwisting the spine, the left hand will come towards the top of the mat. Variation to our side plank. And then we'll lift and extend the leg to a side plank. Bringing the hands around back to our mat. Shift it forward. Chaturanga up dog. To our down dog. And we'll slide the hands about 6 inches closer to the toes, putting a little more bend to the knees so we can really press up and back through the tailbone. And then we'll shift forward so our shoulders are over the wrists, and we'll hover the knees over the mat for a floating table. Drop the knees the rest of the way down, untuck the toes. Inhale, press the chest forward, take the eyes up and the tailbone up. Exhale, curl in towards center. Chin to chest, tailbone under, arch up through the mid-back, back and forth with our cat and cows as we slow the breath down again. Back to our tabletop. We'll walk the knees out further and bring the big toes into touch. Left hand will come underneath of the chest. With a big breath in, we'll reach the right arm up. Exhale, we'll thread that right arm through our left side and bring shoulder inside of face down. Press through the left. We'll unthread the right to reach the right arm up and bring it down. A full breath to reset. Plant the right. Inhale, left arm will go up. Exhale, we'll thread the left through our right side. Shoulder inside of face, come down. Press down through the right, unthread the left, and set it down. We'll walk the hands about 6 inches to a foot out in front of the body. Tuck the toes under, press the hips up and back, down dog. We'll shift it forward. Left side plank, lift the right. Exhale through center. Plant the right. Inhale, left arm, reach up. Exhale, center plank, shift it forward, chaturanga, to an up dog or a cobra, and to our down dog. We'll extend the left leg back behind the body. Bend at the knee, knee to nose. This time we're going to step our left toes up to our hands. Press down through the feet. Inhale for our crescent lunge. Lift the chest forward or up. We'll press down through our left foot. Drop the right heel. Turn the chest towards the top of our mat. And very, very slowly, we're going to hinge forward. Take your time as we lower to our left leg for our pyramid pose. Now we can reverse out the same way we came in with our straight leg, or we can add a bend to that front leg first. As again, we slowly flow our way back up. We'll open to our right side, pivoting around and setting the heel of our right foot down. Warrior two. And again, we're going to lengthen out through our left leg. Hips press behind. We'll reach the left hand forward as again we slow flow, slow slide to our Trikonasana, our triangle pose. Reach the right hand up. Good. Float the body back up. Again, we can add the bend back in first, or we can add the bend in once we get to the top. We'll flip our front hand towards the ceiling as we rainbow it up and over the body towards the back of our mat. Exhale, cartwheel the arms. Bring our left elbow to our knee and our right arm up and over. We'll move back and forth with our dancing warriors. Back to our neutral warrior two. Now we're going to pivot or lift onto the toes of our right foot as we bring the chest forward to our crescent lunge. Now pressing down through our front foot will pop us up to a warrior three, pressing back through the right heel, softening the chest towards the floor. We'll drive forward with our right knee, press it up to the ceiling, and then we'll kick the foot out in front. Bend the knee again and set it down. Inhale, lifting tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down, step, hop, or float back to our plank. Left side plank, reach the right up. Exhale, bring the hand around, right side plank, lift the left. Back to center, shift it forward. Chaturanga to our up dog or a cobra. And to our down dog. We'll pick up the right leg. Bring knee to nose. And we'll step our right foot to the hands. Full breath in. Even bigger breath out. We'll lift the chest. Crescent lunge. Extending long with our right leg, we'll drop our left heel. Hips and chest comes around to the top of the mat. Slowly, we'll soften forward, reaching with the hands as we move to our pyramid pose. Again, we can lift back out the way we came with our straight front leg, or we can add the bend to the knee first as we float up. And then bend into our right. We'll lift and rotate open to our left side, warrior two. Pressing down through that front leg again, our hips will go back behind and we'll reach our right hand forward before we slowly make our way to that triangle pose, stacking our left over our right. And we'll float up again. Keep in mind you can add the bend to the right knee first or after you get back up. Flipping our right hand up towards the ceiling, we'll come up and over the body to the back of our mat. Cartwheel the arm, dropping right elbow to our leg, left arm reaches up and over. And we'll flow back and forth some more with our dancing warriors. And back to our neutral warrior 2. We'll lift onto the toes of our left as we pivot the chest and hips towards the top of our mat. Now pop us up onto our right for that warrior 3. Press back through the left heel. Reach the arms behind the body. We'll drive forward with the left knee, bringing it up tall to the ceiling. And then we'll kick forward with the foot, bending the knee again, and we'll set the foot down. Wiggle out. With our inhale, we'll lift tall. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands down, step, hop, or float. Back to our plank. We'll do a left side plank. Reach the right up. Exhale through center plank to our right side plank. Lift up the left. Exhale through center. Shift forward, elbows in, chaturanga to our up dog or a cobra. And to our down dog. We'll drop the knees to the mat, curling into a child's pose. Now we can stay here in our child's pose. We can move to sit on our legs, or we can move to a Savasana. I will link some of my Savasana classes down below if you would like that relaxation after that flow. But we'll close the eyes and take another deep breath in through the nose. And then let it go as a sigh. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.